high school, 30 years. Vocational counseling certified, and I worked very close with the vocational people doing the needs analysis from La Plata County and that part, Durango, in relation to the vocational school. And there was great support for the school. We sent many students in the vocational ag programs and welding and auto out of Durango over here. And it really upset me that they just cut it off, because no longer those students have an opportunity to get a skill, to develop a program that will meet the needs for this area. Because there is welding, there is auto, there is ag, there is everything here. And now that opportunity has diminished. The ideologies now is all business and other stuff, not related to what needs in this community or in the community of Durango.
So why do we have these needs? What are the needs of the community that you're talking about?
Well,
that
I don't know
really
the new survey. You know, I retired 20 years ago from Durango. I knew what Durango's was. I knew that opportunity. But listen here, when John Gomez and Dominic Aspermoni and all those people, they had a great job placement program. And those
that
kids,
would be the needs.
and that is job work. And it's not there. It's not there.
Yeah.
And the Division of Colorado handicap programs sent students over here to be trained. And I was very involved in that. So that kind of bothers me. And I agree with Kelly. It kind of bothers me a little bit that it just whacked off. I remember when Cyril Conway and those guys lost their life working on this project, and McMillan, superintendent out of Silverton, and many of them, and I was deeply involved in La Plata County's research to get this work fixed. Yeah. So, but the other thing I like to mention, and they haven't mentioned it, their father developed the biggest coal mine in this area, the Montezuma mine. Is that correct? And the historic of that part, you talk a lot of the old timers around here that got coal from it and stuff. That was a great development for this community, and nothing has been mentioned about it. And the mines are still out there. And I think something should be historically
We should write that up.
ideologies about that whole thing, because he supported from Dolores to the reservation, Toyac, all of it.
He put a scale out just west of the house by the road, and after school, when we'd get home, when we got a little older, it was our responsibility to go out and weigh the customers, their pickups as they came in. Then we'd go over to the mine with them, load them, bring them back and weigh them and collect the money. So at an early age, probably 9, 10 years old, we were already part of the family business. A lot of times the ruts in the road would be 8 to 10 inches deep, and it was not easy to get in and out. But the way when Dad got a tractor with a loader on it, a little Ford 8M, FM, 8M.
Kelly still has it.
When he got that little tractor with the loader on it, that was the greatest thing for all of us, to load that coal, because we didn't have to shovel or run it down the chute.
Well, Kelly, then he got a truck, and I don't know, I heard stories about that, but he delivered coal all over, plus sports, plus school, plus everything. It was a total family, and it was pretty unique.
The other day we were talking about Brophy Dawson, who is a historic person in Cortez.
Like Dawson Lake?
He's related,
Okay.
but Brophy himself was the town drunk. But everybody loved him. And
Smart.
he was very intelligent. And Dad would bring a load of slack coal like to Bosman's garage, which was the Ford garage where Antonio's is today. He would tell Brophy that there was a bottle of whiskey in the bottom of that truck. And Brophy had shoveled that whole 5 tons of slack coal off, and Dad would give him the money then, paid. Of course, he knew it would go to whiskey. That's why he told him it was a bottle of whiskey. But many a times, Mom would come in and help unload a truck. Kelly unloaded a lot of trucks. I didn't have to unload. I usually stayed home and weighed the pickups that came in and out. But one time they took an x-ray of Mom and said that she had an active, they thought it was tuberculosis on her lungs. And she said, no, it's just coal dust. And actually, when they took it out, it was just a spot on her lungs full of coal.
The first oil well that we can remember was drilled in Kilmo Canyon. And that they needed the first rotary drill. There were lots of the old lift and stomp kind of drilling going on, but that well was heated. The water was heated through a furnace at the location. Well, we hauled coal to the furnace for that very first well, which is down on trail, not trail, but on further down there. I can't think of which place it is right now, but that's where that well, it's the one where the CO2 plant is pulling
Right.
pulling CO2 out of making dry ice.
See, our great-grandfather came to the valley in 1883. He had wagons that he brought in and out. He would go to California and get a load of mercantile and take it up, and come back down through this way, take it up California coast. And he'd always go out through McElmo Canyon, and he loved the canyon. So he came here in 1883 to stay and built up a real orchard and, a regular truck farm down there. Would bring watermelon and fruit to town and to Dolores usually. Back then Dolores had a lot more activity in the railroad. So he would take food up to Dolores, watermelon produce to sell. So our dad was born in McElmo Canyon. And when he was 17, his parents made a deal with Mom and Pop Purcell, whose house is actually on the Montezuma tour. And so he spent the school year with Purcells and went to Cortez High School. Graduated in 1933 from Cortez High School, which was in the old Calkins building, which is now the Calkins building, I think.
I think so.
So, and then we both, or all of us, went to school in the Calkins building. Graduated, the middle school was the high school when we were in high school.
Okay.
And that's where we graduated. Our tours were 8 books.